class?
Arting?
Arty?
Arting?
Tyler doing art? Crazy.
Yeah, it's not like it's been like 51 days of this.
Yeah, literally.
The funny thing is that like this isn't. Oh, sorry, I got the message that gone by.
I'm
But
streaming.
yeah, but it's not even. It's not even a thing of like I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, 52. This is my art of the day. I'm still gonna do a different art of the day kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But with
Yeah.
all the.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Echo.
Hey, go Harry's. We're doing art today.
Yeah, we're doing.
Well, actually, I have script pulled up on screen, but ignore that. I was working on that earlier. My DM gave me like a thing for we were talking about what Strix language looks like, and she brought up a thing that was I think she called it Dino Script. Basically, it was like it's language that dinosaurs could do because it's just like their foot like in like repetition in different spots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in different rotations with each other. And so I was like, that'd be really easy to make more simplified. Shocker. Uh, to make into like a bird scratching it into something. So that's what I was doing earlier. Was I did that, and then I've been writing all of the names I could think of that have to do with my Strix character Magpie. Here's Magpies, just for the record. It's cute, right? I really like it.
Uh,
There's Aries. And then there's Echoes.
Yay.
It really just looks like scribbling in like a very good way.
Mm-hmm.
Good for my brain. Looks like something that could easily be looked over if you saw it in a wall.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna put it away now, though. Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye. Yeah. What? Maddie offered to tell me how to draw things, so
Yeah. Tyler had some stuff he wanted to go over, so.
yeah, just trying
Now
to figure
can I
out how to
find the fuck there it is.
body.
Here we go. There's 6 first. We're gonna make that a little bit greener. There we go.
I got the pink for Maddie, and Maddie has the green for me.
Yeah. Doga.
Hello.
Where are my cough drops? I know I had an open one. Did they go in there? No. My throat's a little fucked up from yesterday, and I just wanted a cough drop.
Sorry about that, Maddie.
Yay! Came to say hi and lurk. Thank you for coming to lurk. Always good to see you. Oh, it's not your fault. It's the nosebleed I had. I need to eat another snack or something to try and scrape the rest off of the walls of my throat. You made a toilet brush? Can I use it to fucking scrape off the rest of this gunk? Yes? Cool, thanks. do a little. Okay, what did you want to go over first? Cause you sent me like a
What?
list.
Well, I kind of sent a list because it was whoops. It was like body. Yeah, then like how to like put the mold
Yeah,
on my
get the
body.
mold effect.
Yeah. And then
It's
yeah, blush,
body, mold,
uh shading.
blushing.
And then depending on how
Shading.
much time we have after all of this,
Shading.
it was just like yeah, just how to make some items. So,
All right. I guess step 1 is figure out what body you want to draw.
probably a me.
Yeah, I was
Like
gonna say for the sake of all
masculine.
the other things doing, we'll do you.
Yeah, because like I said earlier, like the like base body.
Mhm.
If I wanted to draw more feminine, just add a titty. So,
Yeah, pretty much.
so I want to learn how to draw the most rudimentary body.
Add a singular titty. Yeah, pretty much. I always start with the size of the head because that'll help me figure out the size of everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Although, do not be afraid to like grab your transform tool and like fuck around with it to get stuff
Yeah.
because it just is just
With how
cheap
my
that
head
way.
is set up, because for majority of whatever I'm going to have it for everything, my head's going to be on a separate layer. I typically have my head be on a separate thing that I can like increase and decrease and do all that stuff.
Increase the decrease. That's fair.
Incre-
For a long time, pretty much every single one of my lines would be on a new layer so I could change and edit them without fucking up the rest of the lines. That's a good practice. Eventually you should be drawing all of your lines on the same layer.
Mhm.
Entirely because of confidence.
Yeah.
Learning how to live with your mistakes is the biggest part of art. So if you fuck up a line like 4 lines back, you're gonna have to just erase it by hand. And that's
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Learning
Yeah.
how to redo that is important,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not important right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make you and Yato do the studies that I do, which is for a while I'll just change my medium so that I can learn what I can from that medium for a while. Every once in a while, for like a week, I only draw with pen on paper.
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest doing it if you're at a point in your art where you're feeling like you're not really figuring stuff out. Just pick a different medium for like a week
Mm-hmm.
and just only do it. Because when you go back to your original medium, like I have way more confidence in my line work and in my sketches entirely because of working with pen.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't fix the pen. I just have to live with it.
Yeah.
But it's not for everyone.
Yeah. Like at some point I wanna for one of my art days, I'm going to do like a just painting sort of style where I go with like one of my brushes and I'm just painting until I like what I see.
Yeah.
Just like over and top of each other until I like it. But that's not until like I like what I draw in first place.
Yeah, until you get to somewhere where you're
Yeah.
kind of good with it.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm just quickly drawing so I can figure out what I need to speak to you.
Uh-huh.
Your body type, the way I usually draw it, isn't slender, but I'd say is more lean.
Mm-hmm.
Should you draw with pen? Yes. If you're at a point where you are frustrated with your art, draw with pen. Do it. Okay. The way I am drawing draws a bit stocky, but not at the same time. Yeah, exactly. It's squished. And I'm always frustrated. Then that's your cue to try something different. the way I am drawing this, I'm gonna redline my own art. Redlining is a tactic everyone should be using. If you're trying to figure out a pose, redline it. Find your shapes. Figure out what shapes the artist is using.
That's way too Lender.
This is how you pick out how artists do poses, and it works on everything. You can do it to couches, you can do it to cars, you can do it to people, you can do it to animals. Redlining is the biggest thing you can do. It's the best. Oh my god. Long. I know she's right, but also I don't want to. Redlining doesn't also necessarily mean sketching in red. It literally means drawing over something to figure out the shapes. Red is just the easiest color to perceive. So that's what most people do. Still don't wanna? You should though! You're telling me you're frustrated with your art. You can do it to Anim? Yes! I can do it to Anim. Watch me. Watch me pull some shapes from this, baby! Shapes!
Mm-hmm.
And then from there you can figure stuff out. Aries does this for most of her sketches. You'll see she'll redline like a like a real person. And then once she redlines it, she'll get rid of that person and then go from that as her sketch. That's what redlining is. Everyone should be doing it.
Don't.
So, the shapes I am making on you specifically, Tyler, are a cylinder, a tapered box, basically a sack of potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like it looks like this. That's the front. Another cylinder that kind of has like a tapered bottom. Legs are just other cylinders, but rounded. Those are the shapes. I'm bad at proportions, so I use photos. That's fair. No, that's what you do. It's good. I have spent so much time looking at proportions, and to be honest, my proportions aren't like necessarily correct all the time. They usually aren't, but I stylize my proportions so when they aren't correct, they do look correct because they work with how I draw. Aries tends to lean more realistic drawing, so when her proportions are a little bit off, it's really obvious. See the fatty Mike fusion. Legs are one cylinder that kind of tapers, a cylinder that really tapers,
Mm-hmm.
and also a disc on the knee. When you're drawing a bent leg, there is like a flat spot. Ass is teardrop. Everything is shape.
Mm-hmm. When like trying to get the like length of like leg, how should I try to like figure that out?
Hold on one second. Part of that is just kind of getting used to drawing
Mm-hmm.
bodies, but
I guess a
like
way to describe it is
width,
like
yeah, width,
for.
size wise for like things, because I know lots of people like to use the this many heads. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't, because on a person they're all different lengths,
Mm-hmm.
which is dumb. What I usually do is I will draw what I think is the right length as kind of just like a straight line-ish, and then I'll adjust from there.
Mm-hmm.
If that feels too like in there kind of thing.
Mm.
Just freehanding it, I guess you could say 1.5 torsos.
Okay.
I don't really like just doing it that way.
No,
it just-
I was more trying to ask on like, is there like a strategy with like the elbow hits the hip kind of
The elbow
thing?
hit wrist will hit about half your hand will hit about halfway down your thigh.
Mm-hmm. Like below butt.
Below butt. It'll be about here.
That was terrible. Again, that I guess I didn't do like a good hip. I don't know why I'm trying to do good or whatever. So burp to burp.
You have hip sometimes.
Okay, so hand below the butt.
Hand below the butt.
Mhm.
Specifically, like wrist below the butt.
Yeah.
You should like when you're kind of standing normally, you can kind of grab perfectly halfway down your thigh.
Hmm.
This works for all styles too. Like if you're drawing something chibi,
Hmm.
which is like just like a fun little body.
Or if you draw an Eggman.
Or if you're drawing Eggman,
Yeah. Okay.
I'll end up about there.
Okay. So
Yeah, Eggman's actually really funny for that. I'm gonna pull up a picture of him because we talked about this, um, about how Eggman looks correct. Uh, like he still looks somehow feasible, even though he's just a big orb. Can I get a picture of him with his hands down, please? Yeah, that's what it'll do. Like Eggman is so funny because even though he's such a weird shape, he is still torso. You got a high Billy, but his arm lengths, even though they are up here, if you straighten them out, his elbow would hit his midline, and his hand would be about halfway down his. Be halfway down his leg. Eggman Anatomy make brain go burr. Yeah.
Um, so when you're drawing that like potato sack at the top, like how
Yeah.
what's the best way to kind of like draw it?
So I usually start with the neck. It's
Mm-hmm.
not always the best way to do it, but that's how I do it. Um, basically, the shoulders make a line.
Mm-hmm.
So in your head, if you pick which kind of way you want it to go, say if I wanted just a straight line, I will make that potato sack basically lay on top of the line, like it hangs from it.
Mm-hmm.
But if, say, I'm making you kind of do like a weird shrug thing, the potato sack will go over top, and this one will fall off.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, that will lead into your shoulders. Keeping in mind that your torso is not your shoulders, it's just where they connect.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe how like slumped over should the potato sack be? Like how far down should it go? I know it's going to be based on like bodies, but like on like
For
baseline body.
torso like a gallon of milk, bagged milk is actually a very accurate description for how I make torsos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like
Just gonna draw a circle. It shouldn't look like fabric, but it should be like if you put it on a hanger. Like if I have it slided this way, like it shouldn't be sliding in that direction or crumpling or anything. It's just to kind of show you where the shoulders are going to go. It's more so like you've twisted the bag to sit in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
It's very similar when I draw woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same shape. Like even when I'm drawing that, like the indents and everything, it's still this same shape.
Mm-hmm.
I just start the hips higher.
Uh-huh. Okay. So I feel like I have the like stomach a little bit bigger on this side.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm
That's
assuming
okay.
I need to like have it.
When you're, this is gonna sound weird. When you're sketching, how many lines are you sketching for per torso?
You mean like how many like strokes I try to do for it? Or like how many attempts I try to do for it?
Yeah.
I gave two.
How much
Oh!
you're making.
Oh, Maddie, you just went supersonic on my end. Maddie? Oh, I think
Like
Maddie's...
to me, it looks like.
Oh, Maddie, can you talk?
Am I good? I'm in the green now.
Yes.
Am I good?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Are we good again? Okay.
Okay, yeah, because I gave two
I don't
answers
know
and you gave one singular...
why that's been happening.
And you gave a response at like 5 times speed, so I don't know what part you were,
Yeah, no,
yes
you're
to.
good.
So, are you talking about like how many lines or like how...
You're
like
you're
many
totally
attempts?
good. So what I mean is
Okay. Okay, you went back to it. Maddie, do you want to swap the location of the server real quick, just to see if that helps?
how many strokes? I got this. Okay, I'm back. I don't think that's what's doing it because my OBS is also disconnecting.
Yeah, we do have like multiple streams going inside our own stream, so.
Mm-hmm.
I won't lie. I've been trying to do like a single line because I want to try to get used to not doing like the like sketching kind of multiple lines. And that's just me attempting to do something like that. Oh yeah, your broadcast ended.
Yeah, it's gone.
Mm.
Oh, am I live again? Am I live? It says I'm live.
Oh. Thank you
The
for the
alert went
subscribe.
out in swag. That's how I knew. Okay.
Jisaru, thank you. Thanks for the first time chat and the subscribe.
I think you're.
What?
Hold on. Okay, it's in the green again. Jesus, it is struggling right now.
Sorry, we're having low technical difficulties, so I can't be as thankful, but thank you. I do appreciate it.
Okay.
Buddy.
Am I good? I'm scared to talk.
Sensei?
I'm scared to feel like shit itself.
Sensei? Oh. Oh, Thanks for the scribe,
That's me.
Aries, as well.
Okay.
Getting so many scribs.
Okay. I think by trying to do
And a hype train.
minimal lines, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Okay.
God.
Hmm. Better come back. Maddie.
It says everything's reconnected.
Okay. Oh. Hey. Thank you. Sorry, there's a bunch of stuff going on. Thanks for the hype, man. Very much appreciated. Train.
Train.
I need somebody. Train.
Train.
Anybody.
Anybody.
Train.
Train.
Woo! Yeah, thank you very much. That's for the trains. We do love them trains here. Oh. Oh. Wow. Sorry, more people are gifting subs. Thank you a lot. This is very much appreciated.
Hey man, I'll take you having a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, if my internet keeps being fucky because of all the streaming and stuff, I'll just
One day, Maddie will get privileges to speak.
right. Okay. You're even foot. I also think you're shooting yourself in the foot by
Maddie, you're still.
using the.
Yeah, Maddie has no stream privileges. No yappy baddie. And these are like the parts that like I wanna like actually hear. Yeah, privileges have been revoked. Oh. Oh, Maddie went live again. Hey, Maddie. Hey, you sound good right now, so talk fast.
Okay, you're shooting yourself in the foot by doing by using a pen that like in your brain equates to line art, and two, you're not allowing yourself to experiment with shapes enough because of it. The more minimal lines you're doing, the more you're blocking yourself into what shape you have created. Whereas if you're doing a more sketchy thing, you can kind of shape it as you go. It doesn't matter if the line is there, you can just do it. Doing the fast, quick lines is great, but it's only used once your brain already knows how to make those shapes. I can do it really fast because I have drawn this exact same shape 80 times.
Yeah. In the grand scheme, even there, I saw you draw more than just one stroke.
So. Exactly. I'm drawing a lot of lines. There's nothing wrong with drawing minimal lines, but it's something you have to practice up to. It's not something you can start with, and because you're starting with it, you're kind of like every time you draw a shape, like you can only see those those parts that don't work. Whereas if you're just kind of like allowing your brain to fill in what is different and what needs to change, you're gonna have an easier time shaping it. Because you're on a digital platform as opposed to using a pen, you have this ability to shape things and change it as you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's you need to be using that to your advantage while you're learning.
Okay.
Do you want my sketch brush?
Uh, the charcoal brush?
Yeah. It's unless you already put it down there from the store, you're not gonna have it. It's in the.
The thing is, I didn't even download any of these.
No, a lot of
Except for
them come in very come in as like default ones, but this one is not a default brush.
uh, probably. I probably won't get it now just because of
No,
stream.
the other
But
thing is go through your brushes that you do have to find one that's better for sketching for you. Using the line art brush to sketch is iffy when you're using a thicker brush, like you are. If you're using a very thin brush, for your pen, like it'll kind of work, and that's how I do my horror stuff is the thin line art, but you
uh huh.
still should be doing more things.
Okay.
You can go over it after with your brush to get those specific lines that you want, but
Mm-hmm. Okay. Uh, when okay, so the question for when making the potato sack.
yeah.
At the bottom, should I envision the potato sack resting upon my hips, like
Don't
widening
take
it out?
too literally potato sack.
I'm aware, but like even with what I saw, it like has like slight curve in, curve out kind of thing.
So if this part is the potato sack,
Mhm.
then this part is something else that it is sitting on.
Yeah.
Think of these as two separate things that are connected by like I guess the spine, but it's they're glued together basically. But this is much more flexible than this part.
Uh huh.
And that's true for like when the body curves.
Uh huh.
This is the part that curves, whereas this part will stay still. It'll just move positions.
Yeah. Okay.
I can be a baddie. I can be baddie instead of Maddie. It's fine.
You do have that baddie internet.
Yeah, literally. Fuck. That was so long ago. No, it's fine. I literally just read it. No, you're not behind. I literally just read it. That was me catching up on chat because I've been screaming at my computer for a while.
Okay. Uh. Okay. So kind of like a this shaped body kind of thing. And then
Yeah. I'd say it tucks into the bottom thing.
so like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then okay, so it's down, straight, up kind of idea for the hips.
Yeah, for more masculine hips, I tend to have the bottom of it go be very flat and then end pretty flat, because masculine legs, they will start lower down.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm doing more feminine stuff, I usually raise this up to be more of this shape.
Yeah, because I know you were telling me it gives you like curve. It makes you want to do
Yeah.
curves.
Yeah, it suits curves better. So if your man is looking very feminine, that's probably why.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still the same length, like down. It's still this length of pelvis.
Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. Okay. And like, how should I get the like? because I know when I drew like the lady the other day, you said like, oh yeah, thigh gap was a lot.
No, not the thigh gap.
Not thigh gap.
This specific distance here
Oh,
was
okay.
too short.
Pelvis,
It was
right?
it was
Pelvis.
it was scrunched. Even now, this is kind of short. Lengthen that out.
Mine? Okay.
Yes,
Um.
because this shape is where that pelvis bone sits, right?
That kind of length or shorter?
Yeah. Uh, it should be like, yeah, compared to your torso, that's about how big it should be. Because remember, your pelvis bone is like, it's smaller than your rib bones,
Yeah.
but it's not that much smaller.
Yeah. I won't lie, I've been thinking about drawing some skeletons at some
Skeletons
point.
are a great idea.
Especially
always.
since at some point I'm going to have to learn how to like draw my my
The whip,
bone whip.
yeah.
So like I'm going to need to like understand how each of those parts work, cuz like I think this is how a spine looks. Kind of. But yeah. But like it will also help me with like, oh yeah, drawing the hip bones.
One of the biggest studies usually done for things is drawing what the skeleton of a cartoon character would look like. In that body. Let me. Do I still have Eggman in here? I do. Perfect. So like Eggman, his pelvis would be very big, right? Because he's got the very wide
child bear thing hips. Bear thing?
Child bear thing.
It's the bear
So
thing
he's like-
necessity. Sorry,
So
look,
his-
you're just drawing titties on Eggman.
It's kind of a face now. Hi.
Eggman, excited skeleton.
Yeah.
Excited pumpkin. Bear thing.
Bear thing.
Also, I want to state now that we're like actually in we're not having technical difficulties. Very much appreciate all the gifted subs. That is very radical of all of y'all.
Yeah, hell yeah, you guys. Tyler deserves it.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
I got stung by a bee apparently.
But yeah.
Sorry.
Oh. But yeah, see? Ribcage.
Yeah.
Bones.
Okay, so because one of the reasons why I didn't draw the neck prior is because like I'm still trying to figure out how necks should be on a body.
Okay. That one's so easy. Because you were drawing the collarbone on the other one, right?
Uh-huh.
The collarbone is like the top of the rib cage, and it just the edges of the collarbone are where the tapering starts to go up to the neck, and then this is the circle that connects it. So it should just be like a line directly. Also, the ligaments do this on a neck. They also go to that midpoint.
And they like go into that dip, right? So
I wouldn't say they go into it. They just also follow that little thing. Like lift your head up and put your hand where like that base of the collarbone is, and you'll feel the two ligaments like connect to the same spot your collarbone does. Right? Like that little dip in there, which is like the center of your two. Oh god, one of my fucking collarbones is way out farther than the other one. That's fine. But you'll feel those two ligaments going up into the neck. That's one of the main triangles. So that's a triangle on your neck. Then it's two side triangles from the collarbones, and then it's just this bit fills it out. Triangle, 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 and then chin. It just fills it out.
Okay, so um, I don't think I did a good job on that neck.
That's not bad.
I feel like it's just super thin.
It is a little thin, but that's okay.
Yeah. Because like
Triangle. 2 triangles. Shoulder. Because the end of those triangles is where the shoulders start. Because the collarbone leads into the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
You could redline your ref sheet.
Yeah, I've done it before. So the main thing is like I'm trying to get like a good front and center look, so I can understand like how it should look at a different angle. Yeah.
My DM just asked if I wanted to see one of the NPCs. She's been making pit crews of all of them because she's been struggling to find. Oh, he's very handsome. She's been struggling to find like any artwork that she likes that isn't AI, and she is very against using AI stuff.
Yeah.
And I can tell it's so frustrating for her. But so I introduced her to Pit Crew, and she's been making pit crews of all the NPCs, and she just asked me if I wanted to see one of them. One of the NPCs that I got to name, and I was able to make it into a Homestuck reference, so I did.
Nice.
He's a handsome lad. He's very handsome.
So for like my head in specific, since I have a weird angular head, like how should I like how big of a head should I have per whatever?
Like, hold on, allow me to quickly draw a body so I can draw a dice over top of it. Ignore this arm. Gone. There we go. Fixed. So this is like a normal. It's not exactly
guy.
normal, but like I make your first front like about the size of the face, and I go from there. That's about how big. I sometimes will make it a little bit bigger depending on framing. A la is the door unlocked?
Yeah, because like I've been typically doing it to where like these are the points of where the neck should line up on it recently for me, of like, okay, those parts of where my face is where like my neck will like interact with it?
Uh, that's pretty good. I think in this situation you just drew the face diamond or face triangle too small.
Oh no, definitely.
Uh, that's mm, yeah, that's pretty close.
Mm-hmm. Because like technically, if this right here is the face, these would kind of be like the cheeks puffing out kind of idea.
Yes and no, because it's because it's such a
Because it's shit.
because it's ass. No, because your face is going to be much wider than a normal head would be, because a normal head would only be about yay wide in comparison.
Mhm.
You're dealing with like some things that are a little bit off,
Yeah.
right? Like it's just going to be a little bit weirder.
Mm-hmm. Man, at some point I have to like actually get used to drawing my like V-neck. Well, not V-neck. I don't know what these are called.
The side, like the popped collar.
Yeah, the popped collar. I gotta like, get used to drawing that. Because like one of the reasons why I have the popped collar is in a mindset of it keeps my head straight.
Yeah, it keeps it upright.
Exactly.
So this is what like your shoulders look like on this one with just like a normal head on it.
Yeah.
It still feels right, because the head's kind of big.
Because like even like if I do like a con and go as 20, I can. What's going to happen is I'm going to put my head inside of this dice.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
figure out where they go from there, and I'm fully aware of how to do that. So technically, at any point that I want, I could make the 20 head, and just
here's you facing forward,
and then I can just put that on my head whenever I want to figure out sculpting. No, not sculpting, figuring out how I want my body to look. So, yeah. So at some point I'll have that to where I can like figure that out for myself. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna remove all my lines.
It's weird trying to explain how I like figure out how big your head is, because in my brain it's like it's head sized.
Yeah, I think it's just it will look correct when you have it right. Because like I think it shouldn't go past the shoulders like here.
No, definitely not. Like it's
like
it's
where
about torso width, I guess.
Yeah, like where the collarbone hits like the shoulder sort of thing.
Yeah.
No, so not like that far. But yeah, so sort of. Because from what I've seen during for like how to draw guys. Oh, big sippy for me. Excuse me. But yeah, but when I've seen like the thing for like how to draw guys, I see like the I'm forgetting the name, but it's like the muscles going to the neck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like
I hate a lot of how to draw women or men things, because it takes a very clinical approach to something that can be much more simplified.
Yeah, because
yes, that is correct. It is correct that the torso does that, where it's collarbone and then it goes up from there, and does this, and then it's this triangle. Like, that is correct. But when you're thinking too hard about that, it gives you like that really muscly thing that happened when this happened.
Yeah.
Where it made you really muscular.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like how 20 looks without a shirt off now.
Yeah, exactly. because those muscles aren't very big. Like if you look at yourself in a mirror, or if you like
Mhm.
look at a picture of like the average person, like it doesn't actually do that. Most people, it dips and then the shoulders come up.
Yeah.
Booby.
Yeah.
Sorry, can't help myself.
I'm aware, Maddie. Yeah, but like, even with like how you,
Massive titties.
Mhm.
I don't know. Let's put a shirt on her.
Yeah, but even when like the potato sack thing, like I can kind of see where these muscles are with this,
Yeah.
even though it's not like this.
Exactly. I came as fast as I could. Alright. Oh my.
Yeah.
Because like
So
technically all of those things are there.
I
Just
go
that
that.
it's just that specifically is it it's not the best way to think about it.
Yeah.
Also, symmetry tool is your friend if you're making front facing stuff.
Yeah.
It is not cheating.
Yeah. But like one of the biggest things that like that's rough when I watch like a guy body being drawn is that it's always like a weird like super curve muscle blah 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 kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
And then it's just like, oh,
Oh no.
how do hips show up? Huh?
Oh no.
What's up, Maddie? Maddie?
Stream bad? Stream gone? Can you oh no.
I'm hearing you a little bit. You had a little bit of like a speed version of you, but okay, now I can't hear you. Maddie? Yep, there goes the broadcast. Maddie. No, break from our sponsors. Oh wait, Maddie was our sponsor. No, I'm messing. uh, hey, Maddie.
Can you hear me again? Not getting it.
Yeah. Oh, I heard you a little. Maddie.
It's happening. Just the cable. Everything will be
Oh,
so fine.
okay, okay. You're starting to sound good after like the stream to the damned. Maddie, keep talking.
Habba-dabba-ba,
Sorry, there's like opera singing in the distance. It sounds like you're having a boss fight. Yeah. Okay. I should probably set it up to where they can actually see your end of the stream. Huh?
I can't even tell. I can't even tell. I don't think. I'm so mad.
Maddie?
Ah!
Okay, I heard all of that scream.
Good. We going? Are we going? Is it happening? I hate this.
It's taking... okay, I can hear you right now.
We're going to Tyler!
Okay. Sounds good. I think a lot of your people are already here. I've already swapped it to where you can see things on my end. Okay. Well, welcome to my end of the stream.
We're going to Tyler. Tyler has my screen showing too. It'll be fine. I hate this.
No. Well, welcome to my end.
LMAO.
And man, Maddie has a raiding party of 2.
Right as I hit raid, my OBS was like disconnecting. I'm gonna kill something.
Get raided on. Raid Shadow Legend. Welcome, welcome. We're here at my place now.
I'm just deleting it. It's a nightmare. You know,
Now you get to hear what I've been hearing.
listen. Ah!
How's everyone enjoying Maddie's? Oh yeah, no, Maddie is not doing hot. Maddie 1v1ing her inner self. I'm so glad I could get a clip of that fast forward. Maddie getting hit with the speed force. It was me, Barry. I crashed your stream. How you doing, Stinky?
I wanna go home.
Okay, you're sounding good right now.
Okay. Anyway, what was happening?
Something about art.
I literally don't remember what was happening.
I know you were drawing tits, but like...
Yeah, massive titties.
So... I know we were talking about how, like, this, whatever, positioning of
tool.
neck. Yeah, symmetry tool.
Because on like a human head, it's pretty much like where the eyes end is where I go for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like
So the gods hate when these sexual draw massive tits. Yep.
yeah, literally fuck. That looks like an alien, but it's fine.
Eh. So, how should I draw arm? And, like, the arm coming off of the piece. Okay, I got you, I'll leave.
Having a time. Everything's fine.
Don't lie to the stream.
I will.
I guess, sort of two ends of how should the arms be drawn? Because, like, I've noticed just by, like, looking in mirror, arms don't really, like, curve back.
No.
They kind of, like, set there and then, like, leave off the body kind of idea.
Hold
Well,
on.
not
1,
really.
2,
Damn.
3, 4, 5. I have 6 separate streams for today. One of them
Oh,
is
Maddie,
45 seconds.
Oh, Maddie, why did your, why do you have so many streams?
We're gonna delete all of them. It's fine.
Why? You don't want people to know you were streaming so much today?
I should also go in and delete like a bunch of those notifications in the.
Yeah.
They're already there.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Alright, it's my turn to lose the internet. Oh no!
No!
Echo, my
Bye,
boy.
Echo. Bye, my baby bun.
uh, well, mine was planned. Guys
Okay.
from the cable company arrived.
That's
Damn.
fair.
A
Okay.
lot Aries. But
Okay.
okay, so
Body.
body.
Torso.
When I made the like list of things to learn, I instead get bodied. I didn't mean it literally, Maddie.
Yeah, you're fucking killing me here. Okay. You're killing me, Smalls. Okay. So, first mistake most people do. Directly down. That's not how shoulders work.
Hmm.
The shoulders are up, like the muscle structure of a shoulder is like a thing that looks like this. It's like an eye
Yeah.
shape, right?
Okay. So.
Then it's a tube, and then there's a
Uh,
joint, and then it's a
okay.
second tube.
Okay. And that like tube is like a little bit
Make
above the
make that
eye.
shape that you've made way bigger, because what it is it's how that's the top of your shoulder, but it's also your like where the armpit connects. So that shape also works if you're drawing like an upwards shoulder cylinder, right?
Yeah. It's like an arm. It's pretty much like it looks like a shoulder armor thing.
Yeah, exactly. A pauldron or whatever they are.
Yeah.
And the part that connects to the body is this little end here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the connecting point.
Uh-huh. And where should it connect onto the shoulder?
It that depends on how high your thing is going. You'll notice the two dots like are a little bit farther apart from each other, but they
Uh-huh.
should be like feel your neck where that muscle,
Mm-hmm.
that ligament that I keep saying don't
Yeah.
draw is like it rises with the shoulder, right?
Yeah. And like for the arm, uh don't go like bottom of it, go top of it.
Little.
Like
Yeah.
like here.
Yeah, just like a little bit on top because this is going into the arm, and
Mm-hmm.
then that's your
And like
thing. Something's going on with my internet today because like even your stream that I have pulled up now,
yeah.
like the Twitch stream, keeps like going out for me, and it's like, come on, I'm literally watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how many TVs are on right now. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Uh,
Okay, I'm back.
How many TVs were on?
None. Nobody's home. This should not be happening. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay. What am I doing wrong here? I feel like probably a little bit something like this.
You have to taper your cylinder. You sent blessings of interweb. Good, thank you.
So
the shoulder. Go swap to my charcoal pen. So the shoulder, if this is the shape, right? And this is the part going into your thing. The body, like the muscle, looks like this, and your skin connects over top of everything, so it'll taper into like a shape.
It kind of looks like you're drawing like an eye on top of an eye.
Pretty much, yeah.
So let me see if I can copy what you're kind of doing. No, that. Like sneaky eye on top of like wide eye.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't think I did that.
I got myself chips to try and scrape down shit from the back of my throat.
What's something you folks found in find in a house that can be used to show an example an array
of an array tool?
Oh.
Shelves? I guess it depends on what an array tool does. Hold on. Shelves, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, sneaky eye, big eye is...
That's the muscle structure. And then the other one is also just like an eye.
Yeah. Or like... I was going to make a joke of like bird eating fish.
I mean, yeah. So basically on top of that is the shoulder, right?
Uh-huh.
So it connects down here and then tapers into this, which is a joint.
Mm-hmm.
And then boom, other thing.
Yeah. So, orb and then another eye.
Mm-hmm. So what the joint is actually, just so that you're thinking of it like the same way, is it's the bottom part of the forearm.
Hmm.
This is the joint. It connects to the forearm's line.
Uh-huh.
So if your shoulder is like this, you're drawing the forearm on top, right? And that's where the joint will connect. Same if it's like if the arm is just like relaxed,
Hmm.
it's this is where that elbow where it connects. Your elbow is literally like you can feel the bone is the outer bone on your
Yeah.
forearm.
So it would be more this path. When you have this like joint, I'm assuming you like kind of go into it.
Mm-hmm. The joint is like the bottom is the second arm.
Mm.
So if you've got like this part of your arm, this, the forearm bit,
Mm-hmm.
that's your joint. Like is literally the bones in here are the joint. Right? Like that sharp end happens there. So wherever the joint is sticking out, like it's just that body part.
Mm-hmm. Then like the hand. Oops. Mm.
Also, just for people who want to hydrate me, I will take a sip whenever Tyler gets a sippy.
Mm-hmm.
That's my rule of thumb.
So for the forearm, I'm assuming from
We'll do
just
some
how I
yoink.
hmm? How should I like angle out the where this like connects and stuff like that? Like, do I have that little line there of like, hey, yeah, that's an into this arm?
So it should be tapering in a little bit. Here, you
Uh-huh.
have it kind of doing a full bulge out a little bit.
Mm.
Tapering it in will help to make it look like arm. There should always be a small taper in. Even on muscular characters, there is that taper inwards
Mm-hmm.
and then the bulge out. And then your joint will just be like I do like a straight line straight from the bottom of this.
Okay. And bottom towards, not top
Mm-hmm.
towards.
Correct. You're still bulging out quite a bit.
Like, is it the bulge right here?
Yes.
Okay.
So you should be tapering in and then straight line, right? Because it's the base shape is that eye and then a cylinder that tapers.
Mm-hmm.
The farthest out part.
So from like here, just go straight down more?
That's better, yeah.
Okay.
Because it should actually be like it should be going outward kind of thing.
Oops.
Because like this is. Let me take another screeny of you.
The Screeny Awards.
The Screeny Awards. So this is what you've got, right? So currently, if I put the shapes in there, they go like this. So without them, they look like that, a little bit disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
If this is your eye, this should be your cylinder.
Okay, so
This part needs to like basically water slide, almost like an S, a very subtle S.
Okay, so in, down, nope.
Too far down.
Okay, so
Your S happens here, right where the shoulder meets.
so let me just.
Don't flare the end of that eye. You're fucking yourself up with that. Mm-hmm. You can make that bigger. It doesn't have to be a sly eye. It was just a sly eye because I was doing a quick one.
Oh, I don't have eyes, so I haven't practiced my eyes yet.
That's okay. Don't make it an eye shape. Make it a ball. Okay, draw it one more time. I want you to look at yours and look at what I've done to mine.
The problem is that like I have to lean. I'm looking down because of where my drawing pad is. So,
Yeah.
Okay,
Take a break and look at what I've drawn on your thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So up, forward, down, around.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from there, you have the armpit connecting at a good spot, but that goes down pretty straight, and then from there, it just like falls.
Okay. So like a little up and then down.
The little up is the shoulder.
Should I move this shoulder piece a little bit farther that way?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Because remember, you don't need to be tracing exactly on that. The only reason those shapes are there is to show you where those curves go. Because like if this is my shoulder shape, I'm not gonna draw exactly this. I'm gonna go over top of it, like this, right? And that's the shoulder.
I feel like this part's super skinny.
You can fix that by dropping the
like that.
You're dropping it down to be a little bit of a wider taper.
So, like a there instead of a there?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. And then get rid of the other lines and tell me what you think.
Yeah, this is already kind of looking better.
Right? Looks a little bit more like an arm.
Yeah. Let me... there, and then erase this. Okay. Yeah, that looks a lot more like an arm.
Yep. You see what I mean by like it's a cylinder that tapers?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Forearm is very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have like your shoulder there. It's a lot of the time it's a mix between a cylinder and a shape kind of like this.
Mm-hmm. Like a house.
Like a lopsided house specifically.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
if it's in thirds, then this is only 1/3.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically that and ends in a cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
If it's upright, or if you're looking at just the front of it, it will be a shape more like this. Like a teardrop.
Give me a second. Okay.
And depending on how thick this part is will dictate muscles.
Okay, so immediately looking at this, I've noticed that I made the house upside down.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of the time when I'm drawing this point, I will figure out where the hand is going first, right? And then I will, from there, draw these lines to connect it, right?
Okay.
Like, to try and figure out that distance a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
But do you see the house, the little
Yeah.
house
So.
here? That's about a third in the way.
Yeah. So.
Sorry, I'm like munching.
You're good. It's your class. You're allowed to munch in it.
I am. In my class, we eat dinner. We eat snacks. I never understood the don't eat in class thing. Because, like, if your students are eating in class, obviously they don't have time to eat elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Let the fucking kids eat. God damn it. And these shapes are mostly consistent no matter the pose that somebody is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if somebody is going outwards, they are still making that shape.
Sorry, for a second it looked like it was like a really long leg up. Like Big Kiki.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Legs and arms are basically the same joints.
Yeah.
Like, it is the same kind of tapering that I do on each thing.
Yeah, so... So more like this shape.
Yeah! The tip of the house should extend past, like, if the shoulder's, like, going down, like, and doing that thing, it should extend past that.
Nope.
Or it should line up with it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna draw a new arm.
Fair enough.
Okay,
Delete your
so...
art!
Delete your art.
It'll only take a minute. You'll be able to eat it.
That feels like such a jagged arm.
It is, but that's just because you haven't rounded that out. That's the shape, right? But
Yeah.
obviously that's not a 1-for-1 for how you draw it. But that's the shape you should be thinking.
Yeah. So... more like that. know you just said they are kind of the same shape, but like it feels super leggish there. I think it's just because of how big of a bump it is.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that big of a bump. It's just that's the instead of don't shrink the whole thing, because now you have a very skinny forearm. Cancel that one. Cancel your transform tool right this fucking instance. Or leave it. It's because on yours specifically right now, it's because this section here is too small. So make that cylinder wider.
So.
Yeah.
Let me angle it better for.
Having it do that specific like sharp taper is good for some things. Like a lot of mine has a sharp taper at the wrists. That's mostly because I use it for expressive purposes. But if you look at your hand, your arm is about the same width as your palm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it can be pretty thick but that's the shape.
Okay, yeah. I think I made it a little too wide now.
A little bit. But that's okay, because you recognize that it was too wide. And recognizing it is the biggest part.
How are we feeling on that?
Yeah.
I feel like it could be a little better, but I think it's at like a good enough amount of it.
It's a good start, for sure. You'll notice that you have like unintentionally done the thing where this like your line that's going down here connects to this, which is the point, right? Like that's the shape.
Yeah.
You've done it.
Mm-hmm. House. House.
House. Yep. I don't know, anime man.
Huh?
I've just been doodling.
Anyways, let me delete the house. So, good enough arm?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not really looking to figure out the hands yet, just on an end of that's
hands
a full other
3-hour session, like
exactly. So,
but when in doubt, draw a butt.
Yeah. So, hand. Okay, so we don't care about the hand right now. So, body, arm, and forearm. I think that's not that bad. A good enough amount of bulk. Oops. Okay, so is that what you're gonna look like in your anime, Maddie?
I don't know. I just
I don't know. I feel like that's an outfit
it just
you would
needed an
wear.
outfit. It does a
Yeah.
little bit look like an outfit I would wear, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, just give me like some really tall boots.
Yeah. The ones that Fizz got last session. I love the idea that Fizz is going to forget about it, and then it's just like, hey Fizz, do you have this thing? Check my stuff.
What
Rummages around and finds the thing.
dude? Yeah.
Fizz? The fuck? Okay, so how do I attach a leg?
That one's way easy because it's just a straight cut from that shape you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
These things. It's just directly slap that shit on. You have your thigh gap very wide on there. There shouldn't really be a platform for most stuff. I remember when I said I think my nosebleed's finally gone.
Nope.
Good, because it's not. Hello, little miss. What time is it? Well, it is time for little miss to come bother me to try and get her fed. But it is not food time, little miss.
Okay, so
Whew. Yeah. Oh. You know the thing that you get where like your nose starts getting, I don't know if you would get this, where your nose starts feeling like raw after you've been wiping it with Kleenex so much because the Kleenex is like harsh on your nose, on your skin.
maybe kind of.
Like it doesn't hurt, like it does for me, but like most people would hurt. But in your
Yeah.
case, I think it would just be like a weird sensation.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Is that still too much of a wide gap? Height gap?
That's
Top
fine to
gap?
work with.
Okay.
That's fine to work with for now.
Okay. So. Oops. Okay. How do I make this not feel?
Okay. My trick for these
Uh-huh.
is that when I'm drawing one leg, I draw the connecting line to it across the pelvis so that you can visualize how it connects to the body. Did I die again because you had to leave because of work? I gave up.
Oh yeah.
Because very specifically, this back leg, it's connected by the booty cheek.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. That's connected by the booty cheek, and this will be connected by the cooch. And then it'll, with those, like, together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can definitely see, like, how to get that done correctly on a side profile.
It's the same thing on a front profile, though. Let me just quickly make one. Everyone ignore that I, like, definitely have ones prior already, and I'm just, like, not using them.
You're showing why you're the teacher.
Like, masculine one is a little bit less of a taper, but it's still there. Yep. It's still that shape.
Okay.
It's still that way.
Okay, I think I just have too much of a wideness to it.
Yeah.
So
you know, especially if they're wearing pants, you can really cheese it with like that. But the main thing is like the reason you draw that line that's connecting it is to keep in line with all of like your bulge or whatever you have going on,
yeah,
because that's where the
the
penis is.
penis.
Most people have no thigh gap.
Hmm.
If you have one, you are unhealthy. But it's the same thing with like the elbow where the skin connects to it, whereas like the
Hmm.
muscles are like are that cylinder and then that shape and then the other cylinder.
Hmm.
But you're drawing over those shapes.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna reduce my width.
Hmm. And you're doing a lot of erasing to correct it. Don't worry about that. Just draw over it. Yeah. Okay, which line are you doing for which leg here?
I feel like I am missed because I'm going like
Because
this
you're,
for like this.
is this the shape you're making?
Yeah.
Okay. No, opposite side.
Oops. Wrong. Whoops.
Because even
Choose
when the
wrong.
hips are like wide, if you're wide stancing this character, the
Huh.
butt makes this and then it goes out. So you're still coming from a center point, but if you're just kind of standing,
Okay, so opposite to opposite.
yeah.
Opposite to opposite.
Even when something is fully front facing, it is not symmetrical. So having one be in front of the other is not bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's because people when they stand, they don't stand perfectly like their legs are in perfect mirror of each other. They are like they are staggered.
Uh-huh.
Long legs.
So
Now
how do
zoom
I
out.
make it?
Do that. Now just zoom out. Okay? Now thicken that part up. You've done this, which is fine.
So what do you mean by thicken that part up?
The
Like
bottom,
like here?
yeah, not it doesn't need to be that thick, but like
The
the
power
top,
thigh.
yeah, literally the top thing is a pretty consistent straight cylinder until like the very end when it tapers a little bit, and then it's this, and then the house cylinder
Mm-hmm. Cylinder from house.
from house.
Okay. So like that.
Yeah,
I feel like
you
this
see how it looks a
leg
little
is
bit more like
less yeah, I feel like I need to thicken that leg up a little.
a little bit, yeah. And keep in mind that like how I do things isn't necessarily how everyone in the world does things.
I don't know. But like I need to figure out the shapes and that's what you're
Yeah,
teaching me.
the shapes is just the main part.
Because, like, these shapes are gonna be just how it's always done. Because, like, female, just thin enough here, and then big.
Exactly. Female is literally just you taper that higher so that the hips start higher.
Yeah. And then big.
And then... Yeah, and then... bitty.
So, and a lot of this will look better whenever I, like, swap to symmetry tool things.
Yeah. And
I'm just not...
Like, it's it's just to figure out shapes.
Yeah. But, like... Because, like, a lot of this probably would look a little bit better in symmetry tools. It's the fact that it's not yet.
Yeah. But you also don't need it. It's, again,
exactly.
That's just a thing that requires a lot of... straight on front views of people is something I still struggle with a little bit. Like, I'm not the greatest at it.
Yeah.
I tend to do some kind of curve. But that's also because that's more expressive.
Uh-huh. Yeah, in, like, the grand scheme, I doubt I'm going to be doing frontal pictures that much.
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna want somebody just, like, staring at you with them big old eyes.
Unless that's what you're going for, in which case. Because I did it for Firebug's token. Let me pull that one up. Because it's a really good example of why perfectly front-facing characters look a little odd. Because somebody staring directly at you feels odd.
Yeah, like, even this guy, they're still kind of, like, looking that direction.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, like, I need to figure out, like, hey, what shape am I rotating to this direction? Because, like, even with... I want to figure out monster designs, I'm going to do, like, more... Oh, yeah, bestiary. Like, in bestiary, they're gonna be like, haha, this kind of angle. Like, looking at you from the side of their eye. Not like... Not like just, hey, how are you? And like, there's also going to be me, Bestiaria is genuine people, not Luigi, yeah. But, like, I will have to draw more frontal-facing things, because, that's where my character sits. Yeah. I sit in a chair looking at you. But, like, if I'm doing, like, any, like, animation thing, it's a guy gonna be, like, running that way.
Yeah. My favorite running method. This is how I run.
Oh yeah, you gotta get that stone run down. Hi, exiled.
I don't even see what you have going on for the hand. Is it just like, are you just like... You know? Just looking at camera. Oh, fuck.
Anyway, but yeah, so...
I love running.
Yeah, I love running. Oh, yeah, so I want to be able to. The front angle is going to be something that, like, never really gonna, like, look at that much. But I need to know for what type of shapes I can twist
Yeah,
and turn.
exactly.
So, yeah. So, anything I should fix on the legs? I still feel like
Nope.
here is like a little messed up, but
It's
like,
it's a little bit odd, but to be honest, like from this point, what I'd say is close your folder, lower the opacity on the whole folder.
no, I left the
Where's
neck
the
somewhere.
neck?
Is this the neck? Yeah, that's the neck.
Yep. Put the neck in there. Sketch over this
Okay.
to kind of figure out how that feels to you.
Whoops.
Hello, exiled. Hello, my son. My baby boy.
I'm not gonna draw the head just because.
Yeah, don't worry about that. That's fine.
Yeah, the head is super simple. Of
Yeah, you've got that down now, so.
yeah. This is like a quick way to do it. Grab this. Oop, grab that one, and just pretty much burr, burr, burr.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, biblically accurate. 20 is not here.
Biblically accurate money.
Yeah. So.
You don't have to do a consistent line, and you don't have to stick to the lines you've already made on there. I would, in fact, suggest sketching a little bit more.
Like out.
Yeah, out, but also just like take it as a guideline, not as law.
Mm-hmm.
Like if this is the sketch, will you quit that? Hi, little miss.
No, not really.
Like this is what I'd be doing over top of it, kind of thing, filling out the shapes a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
The arm is a little bit big compared to the body, but I don't.
You
think
don't worry
need to,
about
like,
it.
I don't think I think you need to fix it because this is you figuring out the shapes, but it's just it's a little bit funny. Just
Mm-hmm. I'm also not going to actually put the hand on there because I don't wanna. I'm not doing any hand drawings right now, so. Mm. Just gotta like draw like a dick in front of it to be like, oh yeah, nah, don't worry about that section. Learns to draw a penis just to not worry about the thigh cap.
penis is really easy to draw.
I'm aware.
It's just another tube.
Tube with a cork on it.
What are you doing?
I heard that. What were they doing?
What are you? She was like clawing against cardboard or something.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like her own noise.
No, that wasn't a noise. She was creating it with something else.
Okay. I was about to say, I don't think that's a cat, Maddie. That's not my cat.
That's not my kid. Hello, beautiful. Hi. I know you don't actually want attention. I know you just want food, but you don't get any for another hour.
Yeah. But like when you start teaching me how to draw like objects at whatever point we decide to do that at, because I
Mhm.
doubt it will be today, just because of whatever.
It's the same premise as all of this.
I know, but like all of that's going to be like top down.
Yeah.
And like I want to probably practice that a little bit more coming up soon, just because you guys are about to own a house. Um,
Bed.
oh yeah. If you save that, that can be yours one day.
No, the proportions on that bed are whack. I'm not. That's not what I'm.
But
Gonna
you don't want to sleep in misportioned bed.
in like a weirdly tapered bed. No.
Crazy. Okay. So. Yeah, that arm is definitely beefy when you like remove
Yeah.
the other lines.
There is the right where the shoulder is connecting to the arm here. You have the line stop here. You should have it go up a little bit more.
Okay. So like, whoops, wrong direction.
Yeah,
So,
I like to add a little line like this. That's just yeah. See how it now looks like it's in the
Yeah.
torso's in front of the arm.
yeah, because it's like connecting that to there. Like peak.
Exactly. Hey, baby girl. Little
She
misses
got
on
that
my
baby girl, baby
armrest.
girl, baby girl.
Baby girl, baby girl, baby girl.
Yeah, because like that's also where to figure out like for the titty is like oh, whoops.
Yep.
That's
Is that line?
yeah. Cause you go doop and then boop. That's a terrible titty. I love that. Like I'm gonna ask you for this later, and you're just gonna have so many titty.
Yeah, there's gonna be quite a few titties in it.
Yeah.
I like drawing titty. It's nice.
Like I said, it definitely feels easier to draw than the man body sometimes. Cause like I won't lie, like shirtless, nothing on there. I don't know what to do with this middle section. It's like oh,
It's a little bit hard to know what to do with a masculine body type. Like it just is.
mm-hmm. Because it's like oh yeah, you have like the pecs, and then it's like oh, some form of eebs.
Fine, you can go over there, I guess.
But yeah, like it's just yeah, it's just weird shapes that like if you do it wrong, it looks like you're trying too much to make like the beefcake. And if you
Oh,
don't,
you get yourself stuck back there? Huh?
oh yes, Venus.
Come here.
But yeah, because like if you, the thing is that like for a guy, it's a weird thing of like either you draw like the beefiest cake or like nothing to him. And it's such like a weird balance in between.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate because masculine body types can be varied and incredibly interesting. It's just that the way that they are drawn in most things aren't varied and interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Which
Because
is
like
sucks because like guy bodies are very interesting. Like in person, there's so many minuscule differences that make them so different and fun and stuff. But in anime and cartoons and even in shows, they pick people with the same body type. They'll have four guys with the exact same body shape.
uh,
and it's dumb because that's not what
Mhm.
people look like.
Yeah.
For the record, this also isn't what people look like, but you know.
Yeah. What? People don't just have the boredoms?
It's the lumpiest booby.
Sorry, that's where I keep all my craisins. Yeah, so yeah. Because it tries to show like, oh yeah, here's like where these muscles are. That goes into the ab muscles. That goes into like this muscle here.
Yeah, so it's like
And
only draw the muscular part, but that's not really what's interesting about a guy body shape. Like guy body shapes are so interesting.
yeah, and
Like
it's rough. There's not like a good description on it, and because like I want to be able to draw like a good amount of detail into it, but like I need to know how like everything works.
yeah.
And then it's just like, oh yeah, no. So like, if you want to know how this all works, it's just like,
You want to draw this is all the muscles. I want to know where the fat deposits are, sir. I want to make a chubby man. He's so cute. Chubby man.
yeah, because like at some point I want to like do like a thing where I just draw like each part of the body where it's like first day skeleton.
Yeah, and then just like
and then
draw over it with all of the other things. Yeah.
yeah, and then
It's
like
a practice.
eventually yeah, and like
Someone say chubby? I did.
Yeah.
I love chubby men.
yeah, but like then it's just like okay, yeah, what parts will chub out? Where's
I will
the
always-
chub at?
Exactly. I will always take a chubby man over just like a visually strong, muscular man. Because well, one, comfy. Two, they're usually stronger.
Oh yeah, no. Like I've said before, like I would want more of a Viking body than a.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, because like I'm a weird mix of strong, like the muscular and like just belly. I got a big belly.
Mhm.
But like, and that's mainly from soda. It's not like
Yeah.
the fatty food and stuff like that. My stomach is mainly from soda, and I know if I didn't drink soda, I would just get rid of it. Huh?
Mhm. You like soda though.
Yeah, I do. But like, my like thighs, those are all muscle. I'm a very strong individual of just baseline. I'm strong. So, but like when I look into a mirror, I have like a weird like it tapers into like a oh yeah muscular body into belly. I have a
Yeah.
weird proportion because of just how I am.
Yeah. And lots of people have that. They have those interesting body shapes that are just slightly different. And on top of all of it, like they always draw the guys with like the same fucking Dorito proportions. Like this
Oh
is
yeah,
this is
no.
the thing. But that's not. Give me my short torso fuckers. I love the little short torsos.
Yeah, give me that Eggman.
Yeah,
Boom.
give me Eggman. Make my people short. Like just scout them out.
Yeah, but so yeah, so this is yeah, so I guess this is kind of how a body looks.
Mhm.
Like I said, I think this arm could be a little smaller,
Yeah, but like
but like it's not something to where it's yeah, like it's either make this thing smaller or like the easier option for me would probably be to like beef out.
yeah, beefing out this section, I think
Yeah.
would fix it. Because I think the distance for the arm is the right distance down. It's just because the other arm's missing, so so it feels a little lopsided.
Yeah, like if this arm was over here, it probably would look a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Like just in general, like um copy. I'm gonna copy merge, paste. Like that. That doesn't look that bad. It's not the correct how that arm should look, so it's not gonna look that good. But like, it makes it look a wee bit better.
Yeah.
And like, all right, that would be on a different. I'm just gonna. Yeah, if that was different, if I like already drew an arm, that wouldn't look that bad. Or like if I planned around having an arm, that wouldn't look bad. But like this wasn't
right?
supposed to be there. Yeah. Whoop.
I mean, you can leave it. It looks fine.
Yeah. I think this needs to go a little bit up. Whatever.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Hey, yo, way, yo, wow,
Hey,
what you want? Hey, yeah?
Hey, yo!
Yeah, no, like, it's not that bad. It looks like I have a little, like, curve to me. Like, hey, I'm doing, like, a little, like, hip shake kind of dance at you, but, yeah, anyways, yeah, but, like, that's not bad. I'll leave it. Yeah, so.
Do you want to do blushing or mold?
I'll probably want to do a little bit of mold first. Let me just.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Did you do that first section by doing like the wand button? Okay. Okay. Undo a couple so that it still has like that full section. Now okay. When you go onto your select tools, when you click the one that means like overlap, so it'll just make more, you can go back to the wand tool and click again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I only learned about that recently.
Okay. Yeah, no, that
fixes a lot of problems, right?
Oh yeah, no.
So basically, any of the select tools are affected by what you have that setting at.
All right, I forgot I like actually drew.
You
It looks like I have like a cut in my spleen.
sliced yourself open. I'm gonna draw 12.
Okay. Getting Matty Art of 12 already.
The head's dumb, but that's okay. I just needed the shape.
Yeah, and like literally when I did 12 stuff, I just go from my greens to a blue because she's more blue toned.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll just be an easy swap.
Yeah. Yeah, but 12 has been like a good. So a little backstory of why, what had 12 be there was that like originally it was going to be 20 as the adventurer's guide for that section of the world, but I was like, I want to let the people be able to romance whoever in this town. So
you're not gonna let us romance you specifically?
No, I thought it was just going to be a little weird. I was just like, like I have a self insert somewhere in the world of 12.
Yeah, he's there.
Not 12, 20. But I didn't want it to be like the first town you went into kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I just decided, okay, what do I do now? So I made 12. And 12 has been really good because that's a good, hey, I need to draw a female. Who do I draw a female of? So, yeah. And like all your tips for how to draw a d20 also work for a 12.
Exactly.
D12. And,
it's
like,
literally just draw the shape and then draw the bigger shape.
Yeah, and like it's even kind of easier because the d12 is like, oh yeah, the whoops, is like the burp, 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 and then for the lines you just need to do this, and then it like connect it outwards. You don't even, and that will usually connect all the other lines together properly.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do a good job on like where those lines would be, so anyways, but typically you just need wherever that 12 is like put out, which is like a 10-sided shape instead of a 6. It goes from those lines. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so
look at that circle.
yeah, you haven't drawn enough d12s yet.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Yeah, but yeah, so
What this will do for both mold and for blushing.
Yeah, because I know you've said before, like you do a little for like the blushing and mold and stuff like that. You typically use my mold as my blushing.
Yes.
But like
I
I
can
wanted
show
to,
you both on her.
because like in general, even with that like mold kind of thing, I haven't got like a mold that looks good moldy yet.
Yeah. So I use a brush for my mold. I use 2. There we go. Blue. Yeah, for the most part, I don't blush undead people. I make an exception for Link because I think Link looks better with it, and I know Link likes makeup, so it would be there anyway on their face. But
yeah, because like when I was drawing you the other day, I was just like, Maddie doesn't have blood.
Yeah, I actively do not put blush on myself.
Yeah. It was just like I think I blushed you. Yeah. I can't remember. But I think I blushed you just because of trying to like, I felt like I was missing things. And like looking back on your like your actual sheets and stuff like that, I noticed that like I missed like your makeup, your lipstick, some of your mold, and I was like,
my makeup makes up for how I like, because I draw my makeup the way I do my makeup, so there's no blush on it, there's no concealer, there's nothing like that. It's literally just eyeshadow and lipstick. And sometimes, if I'm feeling finicky, mascara.
Yeah.
But really, nothing more than that. I have 2 brushes that I use for your mold. Is this one of them? Yeah. So I use this one, which is just called Cloud. And then I use Powdery Snow.
I don't know if I have powdery snow.
It's one I had to download from the store.
I have a diamond dust.
Basically an irregular patterned thing should be fine.
Yeah.
Make the brush itself way bigger than that. Set it to about 300-ish. Okay. That's when I'm doing like the little thing. That's what I do. Is I set it for around that, and then I blur it just a little bit, just so that there's no distinct shapes. I use the Gaussian blur for it just a little bit, and then I go over it with a thicker textured brush, like the cloud.
Yeah, cumulus.
Yeah, that'll work. Again, make it really big.
Oh.
The bigger the detail of the texture, the better it's gonna look. And then I just Gaussian blur that a little bit also, and I just tone that one down. I'm really feeling finicky. You can add other texture to the body by doing the same thing, but with a lighter color. But that's how I do my mold, is just a couple different textures of brush. And then just picking a color that I think will look correct.
Okay.
So like that.
Okay. Yeah, I think...
yeah. And you can do that a couple times with a couple variants of colors. That's not something I have really done a whole lot on any of them, but it is something you can do to create it, to make it look a little bit more like mold, because mold isn't exactly like one color. It's just going around it with different, slightly varied versions of the color that you have done with the mold, and it'll look a little bit better, right? Like that.
Yeah.
It looks a little bit better, but that's the basics of how I mold you.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, that definitely...
Blushing is pretty similar. I'm gonna give her a skin tone just for now.
Okay.
Let's do...
Unfleshed my Garl.
Yeah, boom, skin. I also use a textured brush usually. I just up my charcoal brush to a bigger size. Something that you can go over multiple times with a texture brush. So even the cumulus again would be fine. But
should I get like a good human skin color?
Oh, okay. That's actually way easier than... It's so easy. Hold on. Let me just pull up my color wheel on screen. Skin tones on the color palette exist in the same, like, slivered section of color. So it's anywhere from... you're gonna want to keep in this range.
Okay.
And then for paler people, you're gonna want to keep it in here. For darker skin tones, you're gonna want to keep it in this area.
Okay, so... Oops, wrong thing. Okay, so... Like that. Okay.
Yeah. See how it's still... It's a little bit ashy, it's not as saturated, but it's a skin tone, right?
Yeah.
And then from there you blush it, and then it looks fine. The color used to blush depends entirely on style. If you're going for more realistic, you use red. I lean my things a little bit more pink. And I darken them just a smidgen. Just a little bit to help myself out with stuff.
Okay.
And I always blush the same sections. shoulders, palms, knuckles, elbows, coochie, this spot on the chest, and kind of little other places. Places that seem sensitive on your body. You're gonna need to make that brush smaller. You can also just use like a pen tool, because I do it this way, and then I use the Gaussian blur filter to blush it to spread it for me, or I use the blur tool to do it by hand.
Yeah.
Petting my cat. Meow, 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 meow. And yeah, then I just slap up that Gaussian blur to pretty high, so it kind of filters out like this.
Oh.
I use multiply to do it, and then I tone it down just a smidgen, around 40.
Wucky.
That's okay.
I did not make extra layers.
Oh, whoops.
My ass failed the cake check.
And then usually I will go over it again, especially if I have a face. I will blush the face a second time with thinner stuff. So just a little. Oh, I forgot to make a new layer. Little bit on the knuckles.
You kidding us?
Sometimes a little bit more, like around here. And then the neck. And then I Gaussian blur it again, but I make it smaller. So it's more specifically placed.
So, when you were doing like the Gaussian blur, like
I basically just like scribble around on the line until I find what I think looks pretty alright. Like that looks pretty good.
Yeah. And then you said add?
Multiply.
Multiply.
And then tone it down.
Okay.
Looks pretty good, right? Yeah. And then from there you can add or take away as needed. If you're feeling really fancy when you're blushing somebody, you can go in and add undertones. So like blues and greens to spots. I also know some people who like the lighter parts, quote unquote, they'll hit that with like an orange. You know?
Yeah.
This isn't necessary. This is mainly because skin tones themselves are not all one color. And you slap a blur on there. And you tone that down. And then just that color variation on the body makes it look more like a human body. I usually don't because I lean more towards the cartoon style. But basically just slapping blues and greens where darker parts of the body would be is kind of like good practice. It's one of the reasons that when I shade, I tend to shade with blue. But everyone has a different color undertone of their skin, right?
Okay.
She's got clothes. Hi, little miss. I hear you. I see you.
Chloe is no longer naked for your guys' heathenistic tendency.
She gets clothes, TM.
She has flesh, so now she needs clothes.
Yeah. Before it was just mold.
Exactly. So.
Grip. Grip. Grip.
Okay.
Grip. Grip. Grip.
Okay. So. Cool. The definitely like the mold shading is gonna help a lot with my stuff. Okay, so I guess the next step is shading.
I'm gonna put all of the. I'm gonna put these in a folder. Perdonnez-moi for uno momento. Keeping myself organized. Okay. Shading is interesting because when I have a lot of liner, what I will do when I'm shading is just get rid of the color, like get rid of all the detail on it so I can see it a little bit easier. I shade with blues. It's gonna depend on your scene, but for the most part, blue and purple work fine as shading colors.
I've typically used purple.
Mm-hmm. Just for the sake of right now, we'll say the light's coming from here. And we'll say it's coming from behind her.
Okay.
And then I will do a quick shade on this, and then I will do another one from a different angle.
Okay. I accidentally had it on, so I was like, I don't want to fix it now.
On your texture brush, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's a couple different kinds of shading. There's cell shading, soft shading, and combination. Combination will get you the most realistic version of what you're looking at. On the darkest parts, I always do a second go through. And this one, I blur. Wherever light is at its like most firm, like the most direct light you're gonna get will be your sharper lines. But where it's gonna just kind of hit it, you can blur it out and it'll look pretty good because it'll be softer because it won't be as close.
Oops, wrong one.
Kind of like that. And then I you can blur it pretty wide, pretty big, pretty general.
Like that?
Yeah. And then multiply and then turn it down quite a bit. Yeah, because you're going for it looking generally darker as opposed to another light line, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I go through with the blur pen so that I'm not blurring everything. I'm just blurring the parts that I want.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted it to not be the like super jagged lines that I had it at originally. So
that's fair.
So you go through the blur on like a different page or like this?
No, oh, right on the hard shaded one. I use the blur pen, and the parts that are farther away from the light source, I blur more. Because the more direct and strong light you're gonna get, it will create those sharp lines. But not all of them will be sharp, and for the most part, they are not super sharp, but they are sharper than the rest of it.
It was. I'm sorry to lost it.
Mhm. We gotta go through your pens, man.
I didn't download all of these. They literally came in and pre-installed, and I just
Yeah.
haven't deleted any of them. Anyway, so
You don't even necessarily need to delete them. You just need the one. There's just like 7 ones that you should have at the top. And it's a
Okay,
sketching tool,
so-
your line art tool, blurring, airbrush, and the few others that you really really like. Like I have like 3 line art brushes.
Okay, so what were you saying?
The bigger you make the blur tool, the more it will blur. Yeah, set it about there.
Okay.
So parts that are farther away from the light source will the light will blur more. And then the parts that are closer will have that sharper line.
Okay.
It's like down at the bottom of the leg, on the right there.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming that's so like this arm as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Or else should I probably blur more at?
I'd say the forearm a little bit on the right there, because it's a little bit farther. Basically anywhere where you think you can always add more sharp lines, right? Like it's just kind of experimenting to figuring out what the shapes look like, because keeping in mind that they do have to match what the physical shape will look like.
Yeah.
And then if you're feeling spicy, you can add a little bit of a light color. Yeah. Move that bitch all the way up.
Okay.
Doing it this way, with all of your shading and such on a separate layer, using the multiply tool and the add tool and all that kind of stuff, it makes it so that all you have to do is turn back on your layers and they look great. Right? Like that's
Okay.
done.
So what type of lighting do I put the yellow one in?
Add is what I do, but again, play with your blending modes. Different ones will look better for different things. So on and so forth.
No, I probably should not have my skin stuff above my shading.
Probably not.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that clothes will fix it, but on like an end of like if I ever need to do something outside of what I'm normally doing, what do I do with like this entire middle section? Because it kind of just looks super blank on my. Because like I know for
so part of it is that you have it as like a general kind of shape, it's once you know the shape of those things specifically, it'll
Mhm.
be easier. Like if I'm doing her from the side, right?
Mhm.
Like she'll have more of a shape like this.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's learning those shapes, like, and what they are in kind of 3D space will.
Yeah. Cause like I definitely need to figure out like where everything's supposed to look like actually looks like.
Mhm.
Cause like it's just like doesn't look like much on an end of just there's not much there right now.
Mhm.
Cause like
That will
most
come
likely
with
the
practice.
shading there will be more shading like down here that you'll see like a little divot in,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like in this crevice here kind of idea. But like I don't know those shapes
Yeah,
yet.
exactly.
They're
It's shading is one of those things that you have to know what shapes the body is doing for it to like
uh
make sense.
yeah.
Because they're not gonna make sense
Yeah.
usually.
Cause
Because
like
the body has so many specific
mhm,
spots that it's that's gonna come with practice.
yeah. Cause like the good thing about the female is like
It's got
the
the booby
titties.
there to add
Yeah,
like the
the titties are there, so it's going to like forever be like, oh hey, there's something to look at in the middle of this section,
yeah.
and like a direct line of hey, put something here. But like for the guy, it's like oh, I don't have any titty for it, so
Yeah.
because it's like
But
yeah,
they
you
do
have
have
like a
shape
peck,
there, is the
yeah,
thing. They do have shape. Like it does taper and stuff, but it's learning those.
mm-hmm, okay, yeah, so. And like I said, when I have like my actual fit on here, it's like, oh yeah, like just off memory, it's like, oh yeah, the my outfit's like this, and it's like
Yeah.
going to cover all of
You
that.
I gave your outfit a lot of interesting shapes.
And it's like, okay, yeah, the thing is like here, brr, 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 brr.
Mhm.
And like technically this goes all the way around, and like
Like naked bodies themselves are not necessarily interesting to look at.
yeah, I'm aware.
Asexual on asexual conversation. Naked
Mm-hmm.
bodies suck. Um, but like it's 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 always the shapes, and it'll come with practice. That
Yeah.
part specifically will just come with you drawing and shading a lot of things because your brain knows what looks wrong. It does. Even when you're looking at somebody else's art, even if you've never drawn before and you start drawing, you'll know what looks off.
Mm-hmm.
Your body just needs to catch up to you.
Yeah. So
You attacking that Walmart bag, baby girl? She's going at
yeah,
it.
I'll get there eventually. It just
Mm-hmm.
the parts that I want to know is the parts that I don't.
Yeah. Which is just something that will come with practice.
Yeah.
Also, a good rule of thumb is that your shadows should just generally get darker the farther away from the light you get. I like doing an overlay gradient with like the light on it, light color to the shadow color,
Mm-hmm.
just so it changes the colors of the shadow themselves.
Yeah.
Hey, baby girl. Ha, ba, 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 ba. I know. Soon we're almost done stream, and then food time for you. Okay?
Yeah.
You little snacky. I'm gonna have to get down the giant thing from. I have to refill their food
Damn.
container, which means I have to get the giant bag of food. Oh.
Mhm. Yeah. So. Yeah. Like I said,
Mhm.
it's I need it's hey, you have to learn. You have to like practice, and it's
Yeah.
like I'm like no. It's
But
literally
those are
what's
the
happening.
things you practice. You just
Mm-hmm.
practice drawing the body shape and then tracing over it. Something that I did and I can do it for you if you want. I can just give you just a line art piece of mine. I can just take off the line art from one of my things and hand it to you. Hi,
Mm-hmm.
baby. Yeah, I know. And you can just practice shading that.
Sure. If you want to give me a couple of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, I'll get you just some sketches and stuff just that you can go through and just shade them. Cause
Mm-hmm.
like that sometimes you just need like don't you dare, you little disaster baby. Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh, I love you so much. I give you so much love and hugs and Sorry, I'm bullying my cat.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Working with something that is already done does help.
Yeah. 'Cause-
Mwah.
yeah. Like I said, I think
Stop knocking stuff over.
because I feel like I am like happy with like here and stuff like that. But like
Mhm.
once it gets into like the middle section of it, it's like, oh, this just looks like
Yeah.
a blank. But whatever. And like clothes would definitely be able to be like, oh yeah, here's this. But like,
Clothes would fix it, but mainly how your brain is registering the shape is gonna fix it.
mm-hmm.
Because it's even the slight differences on like that shape that's gonna change it.
Yeah. Because like at some point I'm gonna like not even be doing like the human shapes. And that's just what it
Mhm.
is. And it's like, oh yeah. And that's going to be another learning curve. It's just figuring out how to draw these things in a way that like I makes it look right in my head.
Yeah, because like if this is like the male body, right?
Mm-hmm.
It still has those shapes,
Yeah.
right? It still does this. It's just figuring what that feels like to you on your hand
Mm-hmm.
doing it. Oh, yes, my beautiful baby girl. Mwah. All right, we have
Yeah.
15 minutes left.
Yeah.
Chat, if you have questions, also ask.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it is just a factor that there's no lines that I'm doing here. So I'm
Yeah.
not feeling like there's much happening here. Because like I
Mhm.
know the shading's gonna help because it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That. But there's nothing I'm actually like looking at. Yeah. If no one has any questions, if you wanna just
Meow meow. Meow 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 meow.
we're all good to end our stream and we can just do like a little like side chat in after.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have any final thoughts from all of this?
Not fully. I think I'm good at. I'll be good enough to like draw the like baseline shapes. Like I said, I think it's what's in here is really what I'm like not
Yeah.
jiving that I'm not fully
Or
aware
your
of yet.
brain's not doing. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like it's like, oh yeah, everything looks good, and then it's just like the void. It's like this just it's like, yeah, this is an arm, this is an arm. These are legs. I think I can do better on the legs, and then it's just like the chest looks good as what the chest looks like, but like what's in the chest, I'm not happy with.
Yeah.
Because like especially like when I get into like getting certain like character poses things down, I want to be like, oh yeah. Like with Leopold, I had you draw like, oh yeah, here's him naked and here's the scars he has.
Yeah.
I would love to do that for for like whatever my next D&D character is. Of, oh hey, they just got hit with an attack, so I add that to my
To your scar sheet, yeah.
exactly. I would love to have a scar sheet, and go from that. But I'm not at that point yet. And yeah, like I said, I think from just in general, I think the side profiles are gonna look better. I haven't worked on side profiles of anything yet, but like
Our
I
profiles
can.
in general usually just look better.
Mm-hmm. Like unless I'm like going to like grab you with my hands, I'm not really gonna be like going straight at you.
Oh, I'm getting a call. We gotta wrap up.
Oh, okay.
My siblings were like, "Hey, do you want to get your flu shot right now?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Okay. Well, I
Are you gonna
guess.
bite me? Mwah.
Yeah, no. So I go just like, hey, yeah, you still here? And it's like, oh fuck, because
Yeah.
yeah,
We
we're
gotta
heading
go.
off now.
Yep,
Have
we're
a
headed
good
off.
night, everybody. Rest well. Thanks for the art lessons, Maddie. I'm going to still be in call with you, but like,
Yeah, of course.
as for Xeri.
And hopefully next time we do this, I will actually be able to have my stream going. Cross fingers, so you guys can ask me actual questions, and I can respond to them, too.
Yeah.
Raft tomorrow? Yes. Time is a little bit iffy, and Raft is actually a little bit iffy depending on what happens tomorrow. But it'll happen. It just might be later than usual.
Yeah. Yeah. I have something I'm doing tomorrow, so I will not be going. So
I'll keep you guys updated though in the chat.
Yep. Hope everyone has a good night. Bye bye.
Au revoir.